signals let nodes talk to each other and notify whoever's listening when something happens. So let's dive into Godot. I believe signals to be a fundamental of Godot, and it all builds on the principle that you should signal up and call down. So if I were to have a script on the root node of this project, let's say the node 3D here, I'm going to create a script. You can, in your script, drag its children into the node and you will get the path for it. But if I were to have this script on the world environment instead of the node 3D, so I'm going to create a second script there for the world environment. If I were to drag its parent into the script, it will look like this. It will still work, but this is not how you're supposed to do it. And obviously it's not very easy to see the name of the object that you're dragging into the script. So in this case, it would be better to signal from the world environment to the node 3D. And if you select the world environment, for example, you can go to the node tab, and here we have signals. The world environment itself doesn't have any signals, but it inherits from the node. So it has those signals. I can, for example, add a button to the scene. I'm gonna say button, and I'm gonna put it in the corner here. This button can easily let the parent know when something happens. So I can go to the signals, connect the pressed signal. That's most common for a button, right? So let's double click on it and connect it. And here we get the function. And as you can see, this was a built-in function. The base button has a couple of ones. Each time you press the button, it will signal to the node 3D and let it know that something happened. So that means that this function will be called. So if I, for example, print here, and if I run the game now, and if I press the button over here, it should print hello world. So the button let the parent, which is the node 3D, it let it know that we pressed the button. And you can even do other things. Let's say you want the button to let it know something else. Let's say I were to attach a new script to the button. So I'm going to attach a new script and I'm going to call it button. And to make a custom signal, we just say signal and then we give it a name. I'm going to call it just custom time. And then we can make a new function, and I'm going to make this a ready function. So this is in the start of the game. And in here we can do emit signal, and the signal we made is the custom time. It's just a name, and here are a bunch of other signals that we can emit. So I'm gonna see if I can find it again. Custom time, yeah. And then I just enter it here. And emitting basically means that we are telling everyone that wants to listen that something happened. So this would happen at the start of the game, but maybe I want to wait 5 seconds. Then I can do await. I can do get tree dot create timer. Let's say I want to wait 5 seconds, and then I want to wait for the timeout. Now this will wait for 5 seconds and then tell everyone, hey, this happened. But we also have to assign someone that will listen to this. And to do that, we can either go to the node tab and let's select the button again. And here we can see our custom signal we made. Its name is custom time. And the same as we did before, you can just double click on it, or in the corner here, hit connect and connect it to whoever you want to listen. Obviously it has to have a script attached to it, but if you want the world environment to listen to this node, you can do so, or the node 3D. So I can tell the world environment to listen to the button. So I'm going to connect it, and now after 5 seconds, the world environment will know that 5 seconds has passed. So we can print here, print 5 sec passed. And if I run this, for example, 5 seconds will pass, and then it should print 5 sec passed, as you see here. That's one way of connecting a signal to someone else. So it's a bit like hooking up equipment. For example, you hook up your GPU to your monitor to get video output. And this would be like manually plugging in the cable, but you can also do it technically wirelessly. So let's select the node 3D instead. And you have to do this if it's something that is instanced into the scene. Obviously it's fairly easy when we have everything in the same scene. But if we were to add this during runtime, it would be harder to manually connect it. So then we would have to do it through code. And to do that, I can remove the world environment code here. And let's, inside of this function, connect it wirelessly. So I'm going to drag in the button and I'm going to do dot and then the name of the signal we made. So that's the custom time. And then we do dot connect and then parentheses. And then we give a name to a function we're going to make. I'm just going to call this Godot. And then we do dot bind. That's to connect the signal to the function, and then we can do the parentheses. We still don't have the Godot function, so we're gonna make it below here. Func and Godot, then colon, and we can print something, print wireless signal. Now we have successfully connected the signal from the button to the function, and we have binded them, so they're successfully connected. If I run this now, we should get a wireless connection, and so we did. I found signals quite hard to learn in the beginning of Godot, but they are really powerful, and I see them as a fundamental of Godot. Hopefully I've made it easier for someone to understand how they work, but it's simply just one node telling whoever wants to listen that something happened, and like that's it. Thanks for watching, and special thanks to my members. For source code, custom videos or coaching, check out my Ko-Fi, and I'll see you in the next one.